Good morning. We are live. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Second week of quarantine down. You've made it. This morning's class is going to be a Barre fusion class, which means we're going to mix everything together. Barre, Pilates, and yoga. So it's going to be a really nice feel-good flow for the body. We're going to try to kind of wave everything off of us is going to be our theme today. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. All right, so to start today, you're seeing a mat. All you need is a mat and some space around you. So the first movement is going to begin in kneeling. You can have your knees just a little bit wider than your toes here. If this is uncomfortable, you could totally just sit onto the floor as well. Let's bring your hands to your knees. Take a nice big inhale. As you do, kind of press your chest up and forward. Roll your body to the front. When you get to the top, you're going to take a wave-like motion as you circle and scoop to the back. So I'm inhaling to the front, and I'm rolling to the back. It's like a cat and cow, only you're moving in a wave here. So our theme is allowing things to roll through you rather than stick to you. Nice flowing movement here. Our breath is inhale through the nose as we move, and an exhale through the mouth. We'll do that a few more times. Nice feel-good movements in the body. Get your back moving. Get your abs following the movements, warming up here. When you come to the back, let's switch directions. So we'll go chest to the front, curl, scoop around to the back. Dr. Sarah is with me again this morning, 6 feet away. She's going to be showing you the advanced modifications as we go through today. Be more that way. Head going along with it. And next time you come back, you're rounded, stay rounded. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, press your palms away from you. Take a nice big exhale. So you press the hands in front of you and scoop the abs back behind you. So you're rounding out here, breathing into the space between the shoulders. And we'll take that up, hands to the ceiling, all the way up. Squeeze the elbows in, drop the shoulders down, settle your hips, and then lengthen your crown of the head here. You take this to a side body bend to the right. And up and over, side body bend to the left. Let's do that one more time to the right. And to the left. We're going to ease into it today. Come back to center, release your hands down. We'll take a twist. Left hand and right knee, right hand behind you, gaze back. Lift up and lengthen, rotate from the torso. And then take that to the other side. Coming back to center, you're going to find your way into a plank pose from here. So wrists right underneath shoulders, get light onto your toes for a second, lock into a straight line from the crown of your head to your heels, so you're not down, you're not high yet, you're coming into just a nice straight line through the body. And we're just going to get warmed up a little bit with some movements in the ankles. So push forward off your toes and back. Just moving through the ankles, all 10 toes gripping the floor. Abs should be firing to make this happen. We'll take that for 3. You can take a knee down if you need to. 2. On 1, come back and then pike your hips up to a pike position, a downward facing dog position. Push your chest through. You can walk the heels a little bit here. Flatten the back. We're We're going to continue with some of our waving movements here. So heels go down for the first part. You're going to arch through your back, lift your back up towards the ceiling, roll it towards the front of your mat till you come to your plank. Shift back into your heels and then pike those hips up again. So we're making big rolling movements in the body here. Moving through your back, moving through your heels, moving through your shoulders. Breath, inhaling forward and exhaling back. Letting everything roll through you. Come to the front, hold your plank at the front, and we'll take that the other way. Heels go back, hips go up, and we'll roll through again. Hips go up first. Sarah did it right. She showed me the advanced modifications. Where am I? Last 3, 2. On 1, you're going to come back and stay into your downward facing dog. Draw your toes together. Let those heels settle. Again, flatten the back. We'll work with your right leg to start. Reach your right leg. Make sure you don't have anything behind you. Lengthen it all the way up. Just stretch through that heel. Left heel finds its way to the floor. You're lengthening it up here. Slow movement. You're going to take the right foot, step it between the hands. Right foot finds the floor. Back knee goes down. You're coming up to a low lunge. Hands can be on your knees or reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Inhale into the front body space. Now big breath. You can take a little bit of a back bend if it's appropriate. Make sure you're supporting through your low back as you reach up. We're going to take this into a half split this morning. Hands come down, straighten your right leg, and just shift the hips back. Flex your right toe towards your face, flatten the back. If you need to come back a little bit further to find the floor, you can. Right toe pointing down towards the floor. And then ground your right toe to the floor, shift forward. Curl the back toe under, lift the knee, step back, high plank, hold your high plank. All right, so from here you're going to start to pike your hips up, roll back to your downward facing dog and stay right there. All right, toes going together now. Left leg goes high, we're right into that other side. Reach it up, lengthen it through. Right heel to the floor, big stretch. Try to keep it square as best you can. And then left foot steps up between the hands. Back knee goes down, you're up to your low lunge on this side. Reaching high, hips go forward, gazing up. Shoulders are moving down, chest is lifting high. And then bring your hands to the floor. Shift your hips back just so your hips are right over your right knee. Flex your left foot, toes towards the face for the first couple breaths here as you bow towards your toe. Point the toe towards the floor. And then ground your toe to the floor, shift forward, find your plank, step back. From your plank, start to dome through the shoulders, roll your way up and back to your downward facing dog. Let your heels settle towards the floor. You're going to take your hands, walk your hands back towards your heels, come into a forward fold, hold right there for a second. I'm hip distance parallel on the feet now. Let the head go, let the neck go. And then take a slow roll. Everything's heavy, coming up to standing. Keep the knees bent. Keep the chin to the chest. Keep C curving through the spine. Stack one vertebra at a time as you come to the top. When you arrive to the top, take a nice big inhale. Lift your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale them back and down. Do it 2 more times. And on the last one, shoulders settling all the way down. All right, we'll work the lower body a little bit here, moving into our bar portion. Heels together, toes apart. I've got a nice narrow V in the feet, and my toes are grounding into the floor. I'm just going to start with a releve. Everything is zippered and going up and down. I'm in a stacked position now, shoulders right over hips. Abs are pulling in to support the natural shape of my low back, so I'm the most lengthened I can be between the ribs and the hips here. Let's take the arms out in front. Next time you're up, go ahead and stay up. Little hover, little lift of the heels. We're taking knee bends here. Knees go out over your second toe to create a diamond shape, and then come back up. It's like you're sliding your back up and down a wall behind you. Make sure you're not going too wide with the knees. They're just tracking over the toes here. If it's comfortable for you to go a little bit lower into the squat, you can. Everything pulls and zippers at the top. Got this. 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2. 1, come nice and low and stay low. Hold it there. You got little pulses in the legs. Head is pulled back right over your shoulders. Crown of the head is lengthening up. Top of the thigh should be firing here. If not, come a little bit lower until it is. We're going to hold it right there. We have an 8-second hold. Squeeze the heels if you can. Draw the abs in, grow a little tighter. Keep those arms nice and tense. And then our last 8 is a very small pulse back. It's like a butterfly. Little back. We're in, we're holding, we're pulsing for 5. Last 4. We've got 3. Last 2. And last 1, come all the way up, lower the heels. All right, coming to the front of the mat now. We'll do a couple rounds of a sun salutation here. I'm going to take you through a modified to start. Ground your feet to the floor. I'm in a zippered parallel position now. Nice big inhale, reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. With an exhale, take a swan dive all the way down to the floor. From here, find the floor with your fingertips. Step your feet back behind you, come into a plank pose. Modified chaturanga looks like this. Drop your knees down to the floor, uncurl your toes. Elbows to your side, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, push back. Find that downward facing dog. Feet walk up to the hands, coming all the way to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reach, rise all the way up. You can leave your arms up. So if you're newer to this, you're going to move like that. If you do this with me on the regular basis, we're going to flow through and add a little bit of jumping. You choose what's best for you. So it's an exhale to fold. It's an inhale to lift. It's an exhale to find your chaturanga. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. No breaths. Look to the front. Walk or float. Feet to the hands. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach, rise up. And keep moving. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale up. She's advanced. Exhale, back. Look to the hands. Walk or float. Feet to the hands. Breath is moving with you. It's an inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to bow and fold. Inhale to the top. And exhale down. A little bit like a burpee, but slow and controlled. Inhale to lift. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale. Back, look to the front, walk or float. Lift with your inhale. Lower with your exhale. Inhale, rise up. Last time through, exhale all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, float, step it back. Inhale, up, and exhale back. Let's settle in to your downward facing dog. If that was a little quick for you, we're coming back, we're slowing it down a little bit here. And you'll have a chance to get your heart rate up if you did it. All right, so from your downward facing dog, what we're gonna do is gonna roll forward like you're gonna tap your toe, or tap your knees down the floor, and then shoot those hips back up behind you. So it's gonna be tap, shoot, tap, shoot, tap, shoot. So you're maintaining a nice plank posture in the shoulders. They're doming, they're not going forward beyond your wrists. Got this 5, got this 4, 3, 2. And last one, come forward and just hover your knees. Hover them right off of the floor. Just an inch off the floor. You're hovering for 5. Back is nice and flat. You're in a neutral. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees go down. Okay, so we'll slow things down a little bit here. We're doing leg movements to the right. So get your legs all the way together. Make sure you're zippered and you're in a flat back, hands and knees position. Right leg is going to go straight out to the right side and come back. Straight out to the right. Fancy name for this is dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Little lifts to the right. Okay, so the next move, I'm going to hold the 90-degree bend of the leg. Knees are going to go together. I'm going to keep the flex of the heel. I'm going to take that straight back behind me and then back down like a donkey kick and down. Really important, you're stabilizing everywhere else. So you're maintaining that long spinal position. We'll take those movements together now. We're going to alternate. So you'll come down and go to the right, center, to the back, center, right, and back. Three, 2, 1. Come to the top and stay at the top. Little pulses. Right heel goes up. Make sure you're pressing the earth away. Shoulders should be moving down. The back tips of the shoulders should be moving down the back. Hold it at the top. Pointed toe lifts up now. And we're going to finish this little series with hamstring curls at the top. Thigh is going to stay high. Pointed toe extends out. Flexed heel curls and point to extend. Flex, curl, point, curl. Got this. 8. Stretch is coming. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, take your right foot down to the floor, press back into your heel. Little calf stretch for a moment here. All right, left foot is going to step back to meet right, so you're in a plank pose. Let's come back to that forward and back from the ankles. And we'll take this back into those waves that we started with. So let's come up into downward facing dog to start, heels to the floor. From downward facing dog, roll your shoulders up and forward to your plank, press back into your heels, roll back, up and through downward facing dog. So big rolling movement through the body, moving through your back, moving through your ankles, moving through your shoulders, everything rolling through you, not sticking to you. 2, 1, come to plank. From plank, we'll go up and back, downward facing dog, and then forward to plank. So we just switched that circle. And if you've ever taken class with me before, don't get hung up on the details. Just keep moving. 3, 2. All right, last one, settle it back into your downward facing dog. Toes come together. You take your right foot and step your right foot between the hands now. Back heel goes down and we're up into a warrior 2 position here. Bend deeply into your right leg. Arms reach out in front of you. We'll settle in here for a second. We'll work with the front heel. It's going to lift and it's going to lower. This is part of your arm work this morning, so make sure you've got a nice wrap around your upper arm. Everything else is stable. Front heel's just going up and down. Got it. 4, 3, little pump. 2, 1. Hold it up there. Lunge in just a little bit further. You're nice and neutral here. Lower the heel. Take an exalted. Reach up. Come on back to center. You're going to turn your feet out into a second position. You might need to go a little bit more narrow with your feet. We're going to make some big movements of the body here. Let's take a big inhale. Arms come up overhead. I've got shoulders stacked over hips now, knees over second toes. You go down to a second wide into a knee bend and then up. Exhale down. and inhale up. Got it, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come down and stay down. Hands go behind your head. Elbows are nice and wide here. We're going to stay as low in the legs as long as we can. If you need a break, just come up. Right elbow tips to right knee, and then come back up. Let's stay to the right. Tip and center. Little monkeys here. 2, 1. We got to take it to that left side. You're low and you're tipping left, center, left, center. Low as you can. 3, 2. We're going to alternate. On 1, it's going to be right, left, right, left. 4, 3, 2, 1 to center, little break, come up. We're going to stay with the alternating, and we're going to take the knees down as we crunch. It'll look like this. So you go down, you tip right. You come up, you tip left, right, and left. So for streaming purposes, we are not able to have the music going as we have the class happening here, so I hope that you've got some music going at home. We've got some playlists available on Spotify if you want to use one of those. Got it, 4. Got it, 3. Got it, 2. All right, 1. Let's come to the left and stay to the left. Next movement is right heel comes up as you go to the right side. Woo. Back, left heel comes up, you go left. So it's right, left. These are why these are called monkeys. Right, left. All right, so this is a lateral bend in the body, right? So you should be feeling this on both sides of your waist. Right, crunch, left, crunch. Got it, 4. Got it, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up, a little stretch. All right, 1 more movement here. So you're gonna move into a warrior 2 the other way. My left foot is gonna turn out, my right foot is gonna face the camera right there. I'm gonna bend into my warrior 2. This movement's gonna be coming up into a half moon position to access the outer edge of our thigh. You're welcome to use a wall or a chair here. Coming down to the floor with your hand stacking your right foot up towards the ceiling. All right, once you're in this position, right hand reaches high. My right hip is stacked over my left. My right foot is flexed, and that's just gonna lift up. Little movements here, up. So it's like our sideline position would be in Pilates, and we have access to this entire outer edge of the thigh. Maybe more access than you'd like to have. Here we go, we're gonna hold it up there. You're gonna take a little bend and press. A little bend and press. Got this, 4, 3. This could be done from a kneeling position as well on that left leg. 2. Last 1, come out of it, bend the left knee, take your right foot down to the floor, come all the way up. We're gonna take a little stretch here, triangle pose. I've got a more narrow stance with the legs. I'm gonna lean into the left fingertips, right hand down to the floor, and then we're stretching that whole right side hip that we just worked. So lengthening out of the right side body. Come all the way back to center. Turn all 10 toes to the front. Oh, we're going back down to the floor. Do that vinyasa so you can try and find it. Chaturanga. Inhale up and exhale back to your downward facing dog. Heels to the floor. I've got my feet in hip distance parallel to start here. We're back to knees come down to the floor. You shift forward, then you shoot it back up. Knees go down, shoot it back up. Helps if you make the noise. 4, 3. If it helps for nothing else, it helps for stress reduction. Here we go, 5, 4, 3. We got a hold coming. This is 2. 1. Knees are going to hover right off the floor. So press the earth away. Get the back nice and flat and just hover those knees right there off the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees go down. All right, make sure you're stacked here. I take my knees a little bit closer together in a narrow position, or onto the left leg. Maintain the 90-degree bend. Fancy move here, dog peeing on the fire hydrant, goes to the left, comes back, straight out to the left side. On one, knees together, maintain the bend of the knee, right back behind you, and then back down, donkey kicks up. Moving into alternating sides in 3, in 2, 1, it'll be together, left, together, back. Check, nothing else is moving. 3, 2, 1, come to the back, stay high, flexed heel goes up, up, up. Hold it up there, pointed toe goes up. Hold it up there, pointed toe extends, flexed heel curls and point, flex, curl. Keep that thigh high. Stretch is coming in 5, curl in 4, curl in 3, curl in 2, curl in 1, and then take that foot down to the floor, press back into your toe. Right foot steps back to meet left, you're in a plank pose. Start with a slow pike, hips go up into downward facing dog. I'm back to hip distance parallel on my feet here. We're gonna find that wave again. So it's gonna be roll forward to your plank, push off your toes, push back into your heels, go up and through downward facing dog. Rolling through a big wave through the back. Up and forward, down and back for 2. For 1, down, so it's down and back, up and forward. Down and back, up and forward. Last 3. Last 2. All right, last one, come on to center. You're gonna take your left leg, reach your left leg up high behind you and step that left foot through. You're coming up into warrior 2 on this side. For filming purposes, we'll just turn the other way, but we've still got our left foot in front here, so you should be doing the opposite side of what you just did. Okay, so into our warrior 2 here, we'll take the front heel and we'll lift and lower. Little relatives. So this is an open hip position. Arms are wrapping up. You can make fists here if you need to. On 1, lift that heel nice and high, lunge in deeply. And last one, put the foot down. We'll take a little stretch there. All right, coming back to center, turn, second position to face front. We'll take that whole series here from the top. It starts with an inhale, reach up, exhale out over the second toe, down and up. All right, so keep your knees safe. They're pushing back a little bit. They're in line with your toes. Shoulders are over the hips. Got it? 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna come down and stay down. Hands go behind the head, tip to the right. And center. 5 more times to the right. You're low. You're challenging yourself. Your knees are pressing back. Gotta go the other way to the left. Alternate sides here, so it's going to be tip right, tip left. 3, 2, and 1. Come on up to the top. Movement is alternate, up and down. So you're down, you tip right, you're up, you tip left. Big range. Gotta get the heart rate up, gotta get the blood moving, have to burn off the stress, have to stay strong, have to stay healthy here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down to the left side, stay right there. We got the heels. So I'm gonna go to the right side, right heel comes up, lower it down to the left heel. Right heel, tip, and tip. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Whew. Okay, so we're going to take this warrior 2. Your right foot should be the front foot now. We switched, but you should still be the same, right foot to the front. You're coming down into your warrior 2 pose right there, and we'll take a nice big exhale up. And then we'll find this into your half moon position. So make sure you've got space in front of you. Hand goes to the floor. Left leg is extended now. I'm taking this left hip, rolling it up on top. Got my balance here. Right finger's on the floor. Left leg comes up, flexed. Left foot lifts up. Balancing muscles here. We're going to hold it right there. It's a little bend press. A little bend press. 3, 2. Last one. Come out slow. Bend the front knee. Left toe finds your way down to the floor, and you're gently up and out of it. Little stretch. Straighten the legs. Little shorter stance here as we move into a triangle. You're going to lean out of the hip. The purpose of this is to stretch that hip we just worked. And coming back. All right, second little glute series here. You're going to find your way down to the floor. And let's go all the way down onto your elbows. We'll start with a couple little sphinx here to get set up. So hands are onto the floor. I've got my hands forearm distance, palms are pressing down here. First move, this is called a sphinx crunch, and it's very slight. So right now my low belly is pressing down into the floor. My belly button's pressing to the floor. All I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my navel up and scoop my low belly off the floor, and then put it back down. So it's a lift and a lower. Really small movement, really controlled, really powerful movement here. Up, up, 2, on 1, draw your low belly up and hold it right there. Curl your toes under, hold this control in the abs and let it just lift you right up into your low plank pose. Holding in your low plank right here, shoulder blades are moving down, you're in a straight line from the crown of the head to your heels. Modification, if you need it, is to take a knee down. In fact, we're all going to take the right knee, tap it down to the floor right now, and then the left knee. It can be a march, one at a time, or it can be a jog. Tap, 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 tap. Got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both knees go down. All right, walk your knees in. So now I'm on elbows and knees. My knees are stacked under my hips, and I'm back to a zippered position of the legs. Right leg extends back behind you. Pointed toe of your right foot goes down and up. Careful that you're not arching into this. You want to control the abs here. Hold a neutral space, or maybe just a little bit of flexion in the low back so that you can move just through the leg. All right, my personal favorite shaping move is up next. These are called rainbows. Take your right leg nice and high. Pointed toe of the right foot taps to the left side of the mat, comes up and over, arches, and taps to the right side of the mat. So you're making a nice rainbow movement in space. And you're getting a little bit of rotation in the leg as you do this, and that's what's allowing you to work those muscle groups in different ways. Tap and tap. Next time you come out to the right leg, hold it out to the right side. I'm at 45 degrees to the right. I'm going to flex my foot and take the big toe side of my foot down towards the corner of the mat and then lift it up at that 45-degree angle. Lift. Lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up there. Hold it up there. A little micro bend and press. Just a press. Little press. 3. Little press. 2. Little press. 1. Take that right foot back behind you. Curl your toe under. Left foot steps back to meet your right. You're going to find your way back up to a downward facing dog. Here you can drop the knees, come to your hands, and shift up. And coming all the way in. All right, so from here, toes together, right leg reaches up high behind you. Still with that right leg, we've got the left heel down to the floor, pointed right toe, big range movement goes down, lifts up. Don't hit that bar. Close. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the right foot, step the right foot right up between the hands. We're coming up now, and we're going to be into a lunge on this side. So it's a box lunge. You've done that with me before. It means you're going to step your left foot in. You're going to get high on the toe of the back foot. Shoulders are stacked over hips. Now we're going down and up. One, come nice and low, stay nice and low. When you come down here, bring your arms out in front of you. Connect your fingers out in front of you. We're going to find a rotation here. So hips are going to stay to the front. Your upper body is going to twist to the right and come back to center. You're nice and low in that left leg. Get a nice bend in that left knee. You're high on the back toe. Adding on here, you can take a little pulse. So twist, pulse, down, back to center. Twist, twist. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Hold it. Come all the way. We're just going to come right out of this for the interest of time. All the way down to the floor. Step back. Find your plank. Hold your plank right there. All right, so from your plank, right elbow finds the floor. And then left elbow finds the floor. And then right hand finds the floor. And then left hand finds the floor. Left elbow, left hand, right elbow, right hand, left hand. One more time, all the way down, and we'll hold it right there. You have landed in your low plank position. All right, so here from your low plank, we've got the same options we had before. You could march those knees one at a time. You can jog the knees one at a time, or you can take knee taps with me here. Knees go down, lift up. Knees go down, lift up. We got it 8. We got it 7. We got it 6, 5, 4, 3. Last 2, and last 1. Knees go down. Let's take a little bit of a child's pose as we shift back for a second. And then we'll set up for the other side. All right, so we're on elbows and knees. Knees are going together. You're zippered and parallel. You've got a forearm distance between the hands. Your left leg now is extending back behind you. Pointed toe of your left foot goes down and up. I'm going to take this into rainbows on this side. So take it high, tap, and then tap. 3, 2. On 1, left leg comes out to the left side. Flexed foot goes down and up. We need a code word for today. Code word for today is butterfly. Text me butterfly. Bonus points if you text it to me in Spanish, because it's one of my favorite words in Spanish. So in English or Spanish, you'll get credit either way. Hold it up there, little micro bend and press.
I want to say peligroso, but that's tequila.
I can't tell, now it's a game, I have to tell you after class.
Okay. Well, that's not the right word, so don't say it.
It's not peligroso, that's dangerous. Not tequila, that's dangerous. We've done a lot of these. Okay, wait, take it back, curl that toe under. We're gonna step back to your plank, and then we're gonna find our way to downward facing dog. So coming back, you can take child's pose, and coming all the way up. Big toes together. Out on your left leg, down to the floor, pointed toe goes down and up. Straight leg, body still, working through that leg for 3, for 2, last one, take the left foot, step it right up between the hands, come on up, find your way into a lunge here. So you're going to lift through the toe of the back foot, you're going to stack the shoulders over the hips, and give yourself a short stance here so you can come down and up into your box lunge, nice and square in the hips. Modification here, if balance is not with you, would be to put the foot down and just do a stationary lunge, like a warrior one position. All right, come on down, stay down nice and low, arms come out in front of you here. Hips are gonna stay square, upper body's gonna twist and come back to center. Little twist and center. All right, here we go, back knee is going down to the floor, so it's twist down and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on back, we're out of this. Arms come up, find your way all the way down to the floor, step back, and you can lower all the way down to the floor now. All right, reach the arms out in front of you. You can press your palms in, press your heels in to start, and then press your hips down into the floor. Pull the belly button up a little bit so that the belly button is not pressing into the floor, that's lifting up to your spine, and now everything comes off the floor with a lift and a lower. Everything up, Superman's here, and down, up, up, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything comes up and you hold right there. Whole length of the back should be working here. And take those arms, we're going to sweep them out to your sides. Hands are behind you now, you're lifted a little bit further. We're into a locust pose here. You can stay right here. If you want a little bit of a shoulder opener, interlace your fingers, draw your elbows back towards each other. Stay lifted right there. Keep that belly button pulling up. Gaze is just a little ways out in front of you, keeping the neck safe. Got it for 5, for 4, for 3. We got 2. And last one, come all the way down, hands to the floor. All right, come on up, downward facing dog for a second. We'll take our first stretch, toes together. Right knee comes into the right wrist. Pigeon stretch, left leg goes back behind you, and you're gonna fold over your right leg here. So I've got my right foot flexed, that's protecting the knee. I've got my back leg nice and straight. Modification here, if you have any knee issues, would be you should do this on your back in a figure 4 stretch like we've done on other days. Don't get excited, we're not on the stretch, we just have a little bit of abs to do after this. We'll take this to the other side. Left knee comes towards the left wrist as the setup. Right leg comes back behind you, and then you might be lifted, or if it's appropriate, you'll fold over
the left leg.
All right, coming onto your back now to finish. Come all the way down onto the back. We'll keep abs pretty simple today. Come all the way down, walk your heels in, hands go behind the head. You're gonna imprint your low back. You're gonna lift up to a head float and come back down. So the difference between a float and a crunch is a crunch would be a pull up like this. We're not gonna do that with the neck. We're gonna keep the neck nice and lengthened, and we're gonna go right up towards the ceiling here. My gaze is on the ceiling. When I'm down, it's on the knees. As I curl up, all the work is in the abs. Neck is nice and neutral. Got it, 5. Got it, 4. Got it, 3, 2, 1. Next variation, we'll do it with knees into tabletop. So pull those legs up. Hold that space. We're crunching up, floating up to the knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up and stay up. Reach your arms straight to your sides. So this should be nice and neutral because your head is up high. If you need a break for your neck, go ahead and put it down. Let's take your straight legs up towards the ceiling. Hold it right there. Right fingertips reach a little further, and then they come back. Left, right, left, right. Got this, 5. Got this, 4, 3, little twist, 2, 1. Come back to center and hold right there. Right leg drops down to 45, and then left will scissor the legs. 8, 7, 6, chest is high. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down, leave the legs up, rest the head for a second. Hands are pressing into the floor for the first set here. If you need a little bit of help, you can tuck them underneath the hips. Stay imprinted. Both legs drop down to 45, and they come back up. Both legs drop down, and they come back up. 5, 4, 3, almost there, 2, 1. Legs come up to the ceiling. Hold the legs up to the ceiling. Arms come up towards the ceiling. You're going to try to touch your toes and come back down. Touch. Legs can't move, just the arms. Just the arms. 5. 4, no cheating. No cheating at home. 3, 2. All right, 1. Ready? Here's your finisher. Hands come down. You're going to hover those arms off of the floor. You're going to keep the legs together. You're going to drop those legs down to 45. You're going to pull your low belly down and recruit the strength from the entire length of your abdominals to make that movement happen. Neck is nice and neutral. If you need support, take it, but keep moving for 5. For 4, stretch is coming. 3. We got 2. And we got 1. You're right into a bridge pose. Heels go to the floor. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. This is a stretchy bridge. You can interlace your fingers. You can lift your hips up. If you want to take a wheel, you can take a wheel pose. Take a few breaths right here. And this is coming right down into your twist. Hips go all the way down. Left leg extends long. Right knee comes into tabletop. I'll take my hands to a T and then take that right leg all the way across. Take it to the other side. Left knee comes to the tabletop. Right goes all the way across. Come back to center and come back up to seated. Just as we began, we're going to revisit those waving movements through the body here. So the theme being things rolling through you and not sticking to you, moving through the spine here as you inhale, lengthen to the front. Exhale, roll and round to the back. And we'll take that the other direction, to the back with the rounding, to the front with the extension. Last two. And last one, coming to center, coming to a nice tall seat. Take your hands, sit onto your hands. So keep your shoulders down, lift up as tall as you can, and then just let your left ear fall to your right shoulder. And then right ear to right shoulder. All the way back to center, and we will end right here this morning. So we will most likely be back live Monday morning at 9, but I will